I'd say exercising was my therapy.
Yeah.
You know, when you're pregnant, there's so much that goes on in your mind, so much that happens to your body.
Yeah.
Things happen that only you can understand. So what happens when you give birth, it's like a part of you has been taken, you know? It's like they've cut a leg from you. It's like a part of you has gone. So now you have to rebuild your strength from zero. So if you're someone who's never worked out before, then probably it's going to be a bit harder than someone who was keeping fit.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Mummy Talks with me, Karong'o. Today we are joined by Angela, who runs Fit Mom on Instagram. She's a fitness coach, and she's going to take us through some of the exercises that you can do during pregnancy and even after pregnancy to keep fit and to strengthen yourself. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. You could also ring the bell to get notifications whenever we upload new content. Stay with us. Thank you so much for joining us today on Mummy Talks. It's a pleasure hosting you. We want to discuss about exercising during pregnancy and also post-pregnancy, the kind of exercises that are recommended for pregnant women, how helpful are they even postpartum? You know, those people who've not been exercising before, how then can they maneuver this? Let's begin by you introducing yourself, telling us what you do and how you started this journey of training.
My name is Angela. I'm a personal fitness coach. I do love fitness a lot. And this is something I've been doing for a while. And my love for it has led me to helping people achieve their best, you know, to get to... It takes a lot to, like, achieve your body goals, because that's what leads most people to fitness. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay, what led to you beginning this fitness journey? Is there a story behind it?
Mine is I'd say it's kind of tricky, common, because there's a twist to it.
Yeah.
So when I started it, I had, let me just say, I wanted to look a certain way when I started my fitness journey, but along the way, my goals changed. Yeah. So that's what made me start fitness. But it became, there was a turn when I got pregnant, you know, and kept working out. Then I was like, oh, my goals have changed. Yeah. So things keep changing. Yeah.
Okay. And now on to today's focus on exercising during pregnancy. Do you work with pregnant women? What kind of exercises do you recommend for someone who's been active before and someone who's not been active before pregnancy?
Yes, I do work with pregnant women. I do work with postpartum women. That is women recovering from pregnancy, because pregnancy is a lot. There's different kinds of workouts. It depends with the individual themselves. Yeah. What might work for you might not work for someone else. Yeah, so it depends. First of all, there's we have to see what happens to your body.
So you can probably say, because it depends with the person, what are the things you look at to now recommend? If you have maybe pre-existing conditions, then this is what we recommend. If you don't have any, this is what we recommend. Just mention a few of the exercises.
So normally what we look at when, if someone comes to me and they want to start working out, they haven't worked out before, they're pregnant. Usually a lot of women are a bit skeptical when it comes to that, because they want to quickly bounce back and all that. So first of all, has the doctor cleared you? Do you have any complications and all that? So if you do not have any complications, then at that point I'll know what kind of workouts to give you. But then if you have complications, then that's a different story. Yeah.
So when one has complications, do they totally do away with exercising, or are there specific exercises that would be ideal?
there are workouts you can do, but with caution. And the best thing you can do as a pregnant woman is walking.
Yeah.
Walking. Walking is the best form of exercise you can do. Yeah.
And for someone who's not had complications or who does not have complications, what kind of exercises do you
then
recommend?
I create a program. There's so many workouts to do out there. But then we have to focus, because you're pregnant, then we have to focus on workouts that protect your core. Because usually when you're pregnant and you're working out, it's easy for you to get diastasis recti and have your abs separate, which will be a complication later on. And it causes just complications, back pains and all that. And you start having, you're like, oh, my body looks a bit different, those kind of things. Yeah. So we focus on workouts at the same time protecting your core, because it's very important. You're carrying a human inside there, and it keeps growing. Yeah.
So there are those who have been active, they've been exercising even before pregnancy, and they come to you. I suppose it's different for someone who's not been exercising before and they want to begin that journey when now they are pregnant. How do you go about that?
Yeah, so now that's also a bit different, because if someone has been working out, there's no need to change the routine. You just keep doing what you're doing, but be mindful. And if you do not know, then that's where a coach comes in. Just go to someone who knows what they're doing, so that they can create the best program for you. Yeah.
And for someone who's not had, who was not active before pregnancy?
Yeah, you definitely need someone who knows what they're doing. You can't just, you can't just jump onto things. Pregnancy is let's say it's huge. It's not something small. Yeah.
So is there like, before you develop, because you have to develop the program for the specific to the person. Can you just maybe tell us some of the exercises or with the program, what are some of the things that are included?
So let's say someone comes to me, they've never worked out before and all that. They're pregnant, so I assess them. Then from now, I can create a program. I'll focus on, first of all, usually I focus on lower body, your upper body, and everything in your core. Right? So I'll create a program that covers everything, so that you can be covered. We can't work on one part and skip the other part. Because you'll find, and this happens with women mostly, someone will come and tell you, oh, I don't want to work out my upper body. Yeah. But things do not work that way. Like your body has to have that foundation. So today you do this, tomorrow you do that, but by the end of that week, according to the program we have, your whole body is covered.
You recommend exercising for how many days a week? Do you do it daily with pregnant women? Do you do it maybe once every other day?
That also depends from person to person, according to your time, your program. If you're working out for like 30 minutes, then doing it every day is okay. If it's your first time, then you can do 30 days, 3 days a week, to begin with. Yes. And then as you go on, you build your strength, your endurance, and then that will be your personal choice or whatever you will decide with your coach. Yes.
So based on your experience, what would you say are some of the benefits of exercising during pregnancy?
Oh, there's so many. Where do I begin?
Tell us.
So the biggest one, and this is from personal experience, I'd say exercising was my therapy. When you're pregnant, there's so much that goes on in your mind, so much that happens to your body. Things happen that only you can understand. People out there don't understand. It's just you and your body. So it's therapy. Body aches. Exercising helps a lot with body aches. The way your baby is moving inside your body, it also plays a big part in it. It also plays a very big part at the end when you're going to give birth. Yes, and that is, I will testify that from personal experience. Yes.
Okay. And then postpartum, does it help in enabling a woman bounce back to her previous body postpartum.
So now, working out when you're pregnant and during postpartum, those are now two different things.
Yes.
So now when it comes to postpartum, you're restarting from zero. Actually, let's not say zero, from like minus 100 for most women. Yeah. So what happens when you give birth, it's like a part of you has been taken, you know? It's like they've cut a leg from you. It's like a part of you has gone. So now you have to rebuild your strength from zero. So if you're someone who's never worked out before, then probably it's going to be a bit harder than someone who was keeping fit.
Yeah.
You know, you have to relearn. You have to relearn how to walk. You have to relearn to do certain things. I usually hear women complaining a lot about back pain after giving birth. You know, your core becomes very weak, and now a coach comes in there and creates a program for you.
Yeah.
You
To
have to
strengthen
relearn,
the core.
from scratch, everything from scratch. Because one mistake, then, you know. Yeah.
And then there are those who undergo CS. Are there any recommended exercises for them? Because many of them fear in for good reasons because of the scar. Are there any that can be done?
People shouldn't be scared about CS. Yeah, there are workouts for them. There are workouts for them as long as... So you give yourself time. Usually, you know your body best. You know how you feel and you know everything. But overall, what I advise, do not be scared. Like, do not be scared. You want to do something, go for it. As long as you're pain-free, go to someone who actually knows what they're doing. They'll create a good program for you to, like, start you up. Yes. But you have to be very patient. Be very patient. Yeah.
Can you just mention some of the exercises that would be proper for someone who's gone through CS, but obviously under instruction and under guidance from a coach or from the doctor?
All right. So I'll give an example of like 2 workouts. Dead bags are very important for women recovering from childbirth, and inverted planks. Yeah. Those 2 workouts, they can do magic for you.
Those who go through CS, but when they exercise, they say it's making the scar not heal as fast as it should. What do you say about this?
What I'd say is have a good program. Do not do anything that harms your body. Yes, be with someone who knows what they're doing. Yeah. And then do not just start working out like too soon. You have to like talk to your doctor before anything. You have to make sure your body feels right. Yeah, don't just jump into it. Yeah.
What is the recommended time frame for healing the scar before you get into exercise?
That also depends from person to person. Yeah. You know, there are people who get they have CS, let's say, and a month later there's no pain, they feel well. But there are people who have pain months later. There are people who have pain 2 years later. You know, it also depends. Yeah.
There are those of us who want to eat everything and anything, even as we exercise. Does it help, or what do you recommend? If I don't want to maybe stop eating junk. I want to still eat and I want a good body, but I'm still exercising. Does that go hand in hand?
Yes and no. How I'd put it is it depends with your goals. And junk food, we'll talk about that later, but just be mindful of your portions. You know, you have to balance out. You have to eat the right amount of protein, right amount of carbs. Do not eliminate carbs from your food. And you have to eat your greens. So that also depends with your goals. You know, if you want to lose weight, that is your goal, then you have to eat in a different way. If you want to add, then that's also a different way.
Okay. Are there exercises that are not recommended for a pregnant woman, whether you've been exercising before pregnancy or whether you're starting during pregnancy? Are there any exercises that are a no-no?
Yes.
And which ones are they?
Yes. So any workout that would cause diastasis recti, that is the separation of your ab muscles, it is not recommended.
And what exercise would that be?
There's so many of them. Things like, it gets to a point you have to stop doing push-ups. It gets to a point where you have to stop doing planks. You have to rechange everything. Basically, all workouts have to be changed at some point. You'll still do a variation of them, but at some point they have to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us. Anything else you'd like to add on this topic?
Women, please work out. Yeah, do not be scared. Yes. Love your body, and most of all, just go with your pace.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you too for inviting me.